Good evening, everyone. My name is Simran Chaudhary, and I welcome you all to HeartWise Talks brought to you by Voice of Healthcare. In honor of World Heart Day 2024, we present our special series Heart Smart Act Now for a Healthier Tomorrow. This series is dedicated to empowering you with the vital knowledge about heart health. Our theme, Use Heart for Action, reflects our commitment to promoting heart disease prevention, encouraging regular health checkups, and advocating for cardiovascular health priorities. And for today's episode, we have with us Mr. Sourabh Agrawal, Senior Vice President at Lupin Limited. Welcome to our show, Mr. Saurabh.
Thank you, Simran. I'm glad to be part of HeartWise Talk. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Before moving to a question answer round, I'll just give a brief introduction about Mr. Saurabh. So, with over 20 years of experience in healthcare and pharmaceutical industry, Mr. Agarwal has played a pivotal role in driving Lupin's cardiovascular division to new heights. His expertise in sales, marketing, and strategic business planning has significantly contributed to making life-saving cardiac medication more accessible. We are excited to hear his valuable insights on heart health and the evolving landscape of cardiovascular care as we mark World Heart Day. So, starting with the introduction to Lupin's role in cardiovascular health. So, Lupin has been a key player in cardiovascular space. So, could you briefly explain, Mr. Agarwal, Lupin's journey in addressing cardiovascular diseases and its role in advancing heart health in India?
Sure, Simran. If I give a background, Lupin has a history of more than 55, 56 years now. And at the core of it, our founder, late Deshbandhu Gupta, Dr. Deshbandhu Gupta, always talked about patient at the center of whatever we do in terms of making products accessible, highest quality standards for Indian patients, and making sure that each and every ailment is provided for the best solution in terms of products and services. And we started with a lot of focus on anti-tuberculosis drug back then, and I'm talking 50, 55 years back, when this was a menace and a lot of people used to suffer and maybe a lot of mortality or deaths used to happen because of tuberculosis. As the country progressed and as Lupin progressed, back around 30 years or 3 decades back, we realized that the lifestyle diseases are growing very fast, and that's how we ventured into cardiovascular and cardiometabolic space. And because we realized that the next couple of decades, because of changing lifestyle, changing food habits, sedentary way of working, not so good, I would say, air around us, and so many other contributing factors, maybe there will be a rise of some of these ailments. And hence we started this journey around 30 years back, and today we are amongst the top players in cardiovascular market. We provide products and services for management of heart disease, which include high blood pressure, high cholesterol, heart attack, and a lot of work in terms of making sure that all of these are made accessible and affordable, not just to people who are living in large cities and tier one towns, but also to smaller tier two, tier three towns, and even extra urban and rural focus. So that has been our journey, and all along, the focus has been to bring innovative products, best in class services, and making sure that Indian patients get the best care and for their disease management, typically the heart care.
And I think Lupin is already, since the start, is working on the aim or the vision which they started with, and that's how it has become a big, wide name in the industry and is very accessible to all the people out there. So, moving on to advances in heart disease treatment, as cardiovascular continues to be one of the leading cause of death worldwide, what innovations has Lupin focused to meet the growing demand for effective heart disease treatments?
So, Simran, let me just bring to the context that why the heart diseases are growing. So, the changing lifestyle, like I said, is contributing a lot, and therefore there is a constant focus from Lupin side to bring innovative products and services. Initially, let's say if I pick up one of the ailments, which is high cholesterol, we started our journey with having a lipid or cholesterol lowering products, which used to be statins, and we are amongst the top player in lipid regulators with atorvastatin, rosuvastatin, and so on. Later, as the disease progressed, there was requirement of combination drugs. So we introduced a lot of combination drugs along with some of these statins to again bring more effective management or lowering of cholesterol. And very recently, a couple of months back, Lupin introduced another innovative product, inclisiran, which is Tilpazan as a brand, which is focusing on people who have extremely high level of cholesterol, and the current therapeutic options that is available are not good enough for them to get a treatment. And I think that's one, and like that, multiple efforts which are being done to bring such innovative products. We have also been able to provide for digital health solution to our patients through our another subsidiary called as Lupin Digital Health, which focuses on digital intervention or DTX products for heart care or for management of cardiovascular disease. So these are the efforts Lupin is doing to bring innovative products to India and to patients here.
Thank you so much for answering that. And you said it right that heart disease is all because of the lifestyle things changes we are facing right now. The air, the food, the stress we are dealing up with. But all these can be can be balanced or prevented. So our theme use heart for action, which emphasizes on prevention and regular health checkups. From a pharmaceutical perspective, how is Lupin working to promote preventive care and early detection of heart diseases then?
Okay. Rightly said, Simran, that prevention is better than cure, and for ages people are talking about it. But most of the time, what happens, the lifestyle changes are considered as good to do but not must do. But we as a company do emphasize a lot in spreading the awareness, making sure that people know what are healthy heart habits, what are good lifestyle things that to do. And as a company, if I have to just recollect, we must be easily doing at least 7,000 awareness camps throughout the year, which covers almost like a lack of patients, or people rather, not patients, people, for basic diagnostics in terms of diagnosing if they're suffering from any of the early markers of heart disease, and if timely intervention can be done so that they don't get into a frank cardiac disease, which is one effort. Second, we also do a lot of social awareness campaigns, and you may see some of these happening online. We have patient platforms which are there. We have communities in some of our platform wherein we encourage patients or people to have dialogue in terms of sharing their experiences, how they're managing disease, and all of this contribute to creating awareness. At occasions, we have also taken help of celebrity endorsements for one of our campaign for women, heart disease awareness. We could engage Mary Com, who is a, of course, a champion, and she has been leading the cause for heart care amongst women patients. So some of these initiatives are on, and as and when we get opportunity, we do tie up with various local bodies at a district level, at a state level, and a couple of CSR initiatives are done just to make sure that we do our bit in terms of contributing towards awareness of this, because finally lifestyle can make sure that this can be prevented and not many people land into a cardiac disease.
I think in that case, to create that awareness, Lupin is doing a great work as to cover that much of strength in tier one, tier two, tier three areas, and beyond that is very difficult to reach out there to people and to spread the word you're fighting for and the cause. And you said it right, lifestyle is one of the things which can be avoided, but I think people are now so used to the kind of life they're living, it just looks like they do not want to change it. But in
Right.
that case, affordability to medication comes the another challenge, because anyway, prevention is what we can shout for. But in case a person has already suffering from heart disease, so affordability, access to affordability is another challenge. So ensuring that essential cardiovascular medication are accessible and affordable, how does Lupin balance the need for innovation with making these life-saving drugs affordable for broader population?
Okay. So, and like I said, when I was talking in the beginning, that one of the vision of our founder, late DBG, was to bring affordable products accessible to Indian people. I think that is at the core of everything that we do. And one of the way that we, bring down the cost of treatment or medication for patient is to, innovate and bring those products in from India and in house. So whenever we take global products and we import it, they're extremely expensive. and a lot of people cannot afford it, or even if they afford, they cannot afford it for a long time. But unfortunately, for anybody who is suffering from cardiovascular disease, most of them will have to live with some of these pills almost through the life. Yeah, so obviously there is a lot of cost burden, and we have been able to bring some of those products back engineering and manufacture it in India, thereby bringing the cost down substantially. I'll give a recent example. Around 2 years back, we were initially marketing a product which was imported for management of heart failure. A per day cost of therapy used to be around 120, rupees. A monthly cost of therapy around, say, 4,000 rupees. As the product lost the patent, we innovated the product in-house in India. We could develop the product by ourselves, and the cost has been brought down by 60%. So what was like 120 rupees a day or 4,000 rupees a month has been brought down to around 1,200 rupees or so with India specific cost, and that it's a huge saving for somebody who is suffering from heart failure. And like that, as and when we get opportunity, we do that. Plus we also have a couple of our platforms which encourage people for lifestyle changes, adherence, and we reward them with certain I would say complementary services, as well as sometime even complementary medications, so that we encourage people that they adopt healthy lifestyle, they stick to the advice of the doctor, and then on a certain adherence, we are also able to offer them discounted medication, or at times free medication, so that they continue to take the medication for the long time. And I'm happy to share that we have almost 50,000 patients on some of these programs.
That's great. That's a big number, because to cater that kind of that number of people is difficult. Not just to give them medicine at one point of time, but you have to keep on that follow ups, that checkups, and whenever it is required, you have to deliver that. You have to give them those medicines on the basis of their heart health, or the checkups, which should be up to date, and every month, 6 monthly or yearly, which has to be planned. So I think that requires a lot of teamwork, efforts, and most importantly, the will to do this, to cater the people. I think then in that case, Lupin is actually catering to the right audience out there.
Sure. Thank you.
The future of cardiovascular pharma, as we're talking about. So we look to the future. What emerging trends or technologies do you see in reshaping the cardiovascular pharmaceutical industry, and how Lupin positioning itself to lead all these changes?
If I look at Simran, the way the medicine is evolving, or the way the treatments are evolving for people suffering from cardiovascular disease, one is of course innovative product pipeline, which I talked about. So there's a lot of development which is happening globally for some of these innovative products, which are either for heart failure, or for cholesterol management, or for advanced disease like post angioplasty and so on. So that's one group of work which is happening globally. Second, there's another set of innovation which is happening on the technology side as well, wherein technology is taking strides, and they are able to provide a lot of effective solution for patient disease management. Uh, in fact, I'm very proud to share with you that Lupin subsidiary, Lupin Digital Health, has a product called as Life, which offers a comprehensive cardiac rehab program for patients. Now, that's in my mind revolutionary, because it takes care of those patients who have suffered from a heart attack. After that, they underwent angioplasty. In a common language, they have gone through a stenting, or stent has been put in their heart. And post that, once they come back home, they require a higher order of care or treatment. And Life as a program or product is able to provide that comprehensive cardiac rehab for them. Now, this is how digital plays a role in management of disease. And the third important thing which I see as a trend is a lot of remote management and care of patient. Now, with the expansion of technology now, and accessible technology even at the rural areas, I feel a lot of remote care is a possibility as we go forward. So it's not necessary that from a small town a patient has to travel 100 kilometers, 500 kilometers, reach a big center, get a treatment. Now, telemedicine post COVID we saw has evolved a lot, and there are sophisticated tools by which now you don't need a stethoscope there. There are technology by which on a fingertip you can read the rhythms and get the ECG and get the blood sugar and then get everything else, practically sitting 500 kilometers away from patient, and provide for care. So these are some of the trends which we see happening. And third and last is the behavioral shift, which is more about self-care. That's a theme which we keep hearing now. People are talking, people are more aware. And if that happens, I think that again will be a big shift in terms of how people take care of their own health, their own lifestyle, their managing their day, managing their life, personal, professional, both, ensuring a good balance between work and professional life and personal life, thereby bringing a better health for everyone.
I think you said it right, how the time is changing, and that's how the new treatments and advanced medical advances are being done. That is actually shaping the future or the present, as I have to talk about today's time, has shaped the medical industry of our country. And there's no doubt the changes, the developments we have made, it has helped us to overcome any battle, be it the COVID or the new lifestyle changes we are facing right now. One of them is the cardiac issues. So I think because of these changes and advancements, which is shaping our medical industry out there. So moving on to my last question and final thoughts of on this occasion. So, in line with the theme, use heart for action, what message would you like to share with our listeners about taking proactive steps to maintain a heart health and prevent cardiovascular diseases?
Uh, Easier, I would say, I would like to say that one should remember that there's a line of a song called "Dil To Bachcha Hai Ji." So we all are born with a very beautiful heart, which is almost like a kid, and over time, with lot of sometimes lifestyle, bad lifestyle, sedentary work, poor diet, we made that bacha has been converted to something which is ill, right? And we don't take care of the heart enough. So, but if we pamper the heart like how we pamper kids, uh, I think we will have extremely good life. So one of the simple thing is realization that we all are born with extremely good, healthy, kicking heart.
Yes.
Second is making very minor tweaks like physical activities. We have excuses of not being able to walk, run, gym, but do if you don't do anything also in office or in workspace, just walk while you're talking. Just
Hmm.
walk. Make walking as a habit. So I think there's very small tweaking. Second, other than physical activities, be mindful of the food that we eat. Of course, a lot of fad of having junk food, but we all know that extra that gives us extra sugar, extra salt, which is not good for heart, and therefore be mindful. Not that avoid it completely, but be mindful of the portion, be mindful of what you're having. And last and not the least is your own mental health in terms of being at peace, being letting things go or accepting the things the way they are. And maybe it comes through meditation, it comes through yoga, or it comes through any lifestyle intervention that we want. But uh, a stress free or a good mental health contributes a lot to heart health. Because each of these things are interrelated, whether it's a physical activity, whether it is food, whether it is habit like consuming tobacco, smoking, or it's mental health. It's all intertwined, and the effect of that is seen on every part of the body, and maybe the heart responds the fastest. As I said, dil to bachcha hai ji. So all the time, like children respond the fastest. This is how your heart responds fast, and that's the alarm and signal for all of us. If you manage that well, I'm sure that our hearts will be healthy, and our people around will be happier and healthier, and that spreads happiness across. So use your
You
heart for your own well-being.
You summed that up very well. That dil to bacha hai ji, and yes, that needs to be pampered. That is sensitive. So whether it is your stress, your food habits, or you exercise or not, it gets affected a lot. And I think it does not show at very early age or early times, but it gets deposited and then it shows when it starts hitting the limits. So I
Mhm.
think before we start hitting the limit, we should start in taking care of our heart health and should live a healthy life. And that does not only help our heart to be healthy, but overall we feel healthy, we look healthy, and we feel happy. And that's what
Yeah.
we aim with our HeartWise talk show, to spread this awareness and to make sure that each and every person out there, all the listeners out there, get all the awareness and start taking care of their health. And thank you so much, Mr. Saurav, for helping us in spreading that awareness and coming to our platform, sharing your insights and expertise with us, because it means a lot to us and to all our audience.
Thank you, Simran. It's my pleasure to be part of this very interesting effort that Voice of Healthcare is doing. I am sure more people will be wiser with HeartWise Talk Show, and we all will take care of our hearts, not just for the day of World Heart Day, but for every single day that we see. Thank you very much.
Yes, you said it right, and we aim for that only. Thank you.